What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two upcoming packages. Part one, the physical infrastructure package, which has now passed the Senate and will now be moving on to the House of Representatives. And then part two, the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, the largest stimulus package ever, which is in the voting process. The first two portions of the voting process has passed the Senate. It's not fully passed. They're in the voting process. Remember, there's several votes that happen during this voting process, and they're kind of in that voting process. There's not a bill yet, and we're going to be talking about the next stimulus package in this video, as well as daily news, what is going on with our country and what is going on with Washington, D.C. If you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Remember, new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's jump right in because we got a lot to cover today. Okay, first up, a judge orders this morning former President Donald Trump's Remain in Mexico policy to be reinstated. Wow. As you can see here, a federal judge has ordered the Biden administration to reinstate the, quote, Remain in Mexico policy that had been put in place by the Trump administration, stating that President Biden's White House had, quote, acted arbitrarily and capriciously in ending the program. As CBS News reported, U.S. District Judge Matthew Kaczmarski, good luck saying that name right, said in his ruling that the Biden administration had violated procedural laws and failed to see several of the main benefits of the Remain in Mexico policy, and also known as the Migrant Protection Protocols. Yeah. In June, the Biden administration formally ended Trump's immigration policy, which required asylum seekers to remain in Mexico as their cases awaited trial in the U.S. Biden suspended the program on his first day in office. The lawsuit resulted in the judge's decision and has been brought forward by Texas and Missouri. The judge, a Trump appointee, stayed his decision for a week in order to give the Biden administration time to appeal it. In this ruling, the judge noted that Texas and Missouri were being harmed by the Biden administration's decision to end the program, as migrants released into the U.S. would use the country's healthcare system, apply for driver's license, and send their children to U.S. schools. Last week, it was reported that the number of attempted border crossing at the U.S.-Mexico border had reached the highest number seen in over 20 years since 2000, with more than 212,000 people attempted to cross the border in July. And that was just the amount of people that Border Patrol caught. Who knows how many people were not caught? Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas told reporters it is critical that intending migrants understand clearly that they will be turned back if they enter the United States illegally and do not have a basis for relief under our law. As you can see here, July was the busiest month for illegal border crossing in 21 years. Yeah, so let me know what you think about this new policy reversal by this judge. This could still be challenged. This could be appealed. This might not necessarily be the final decision, but this could be the first process or the first ruling in a potential huge reversal for the country. I think it's safe to say that the border crisis is at its worst that it's been in, well, 21 years. And it's a huge problem that's been going on for many, 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 many years. And yeah, it's something's going to have to give, right? Okay, another problem that's going on right now that has just recently developed is the most recent child tax credit payment that was supposed to go out on Friday, August 13th, for the most recent payment. And millions of people have apparently not received them. Let me know down below in the comments if you or your family or any of your relatives did not receive the most recent child tax credit payment. These are these $250 to $300 per month payments per child that go out to 65 million payments, or 65 million, well, it's 65 million payments, 65 million children per month as part of the third stimulus check package. This is one of those stimulus provisions that was passed. In addition to the stimulus checks, they also want to, remember, this is only good for this year, right? This third stimulus check package that passed these child tax credits are only good till this year. So if you're one of the 65 million families that are getting these child tax credits, you're really hoping for them to extend that in this next stimulus package. They say they want to do it till possibly 2025, but one, we don't know the details, and two, they have to actually do it. Everything's up for negotiations, and of course, we have to see this package through. We'll be talking about that more in this package also. Of course, with a forced stimulus check, and they're saying that there could be, or that there will be actually, an adult tax credit in this package as well. An adult tax credit. Now, we don't know what an adult tax credit will be yet. We don't know who will qualify, what adults will qualify it. Will there be an income limitation? What type of adults will qualify for it? Will it be adults that make up to a certain amount? Will there be, like I said, income limitations on there, and what will happen for there? Will there be monthly checks qualify for the income limits for the adults? Will be similar to the child tax credits where there's monthly payments going out to children. Will the adult tax credit that's going to be in this next package be similar to the child tax credit? So the Democrats have said in this next package will be an extension of the child tax credits, these monthly payments that are going out $250 to $300 per month, and an adult tax credit. But we don't know the details of either because they, one, haven't wrote the bill, and two, haven't passed it. That's part of these daily updates. As we get more information, we will be sharing more information. But we have more information about this. An IRS snafu, meaning error or mess up, means millions of families who got the child tax credit auto-deposited in July will be getting paper checks this month for August instead. And I can confirm this partially because I've seen a lot of your guys' comments that said, literally in the comment section, saying, Jimmy, I got a direct deposit, auto deposit for July, but for some reason I got a paper check in August. Why on earth would that be the case? And some of you guys said you already got your paper check for August, and that was actually a shock. Well, good for you that you actually got it that quickly, but apparently there's going to be millions of people that haven't gotten their August child tax credit payment yet, which kind of sucks, you know, because a lot of people are literally counting on this for food for their children, to pay their rent payments, back to school clothes. I mean, you know, literally for survival checks, whatever they use the money for, rent, food, anything, right? Well, apparently the IRS is, you know, backed up and messed up again, right? Yeah, here's another headline. Child tax credit snafu means August payments delay for over 4 million taxpayers. And I've also seen a lot of comments down below in the comments that said some of you guys got less money than you were expecting for your child tax credit payments. I've seen some comments like you had 2 children and maybe you were expecting $600 for your child tax credit payments, and instead of $600, you got less than $600 for your payments. So yeah, they definitely have some issues going on with the child tax credit payments. You can see here the IRS announced Friday that another child tax credit payment, the second of the 6 monthly payments, is on the way to 36 million families. Remember, you get the first 6 payments, or the first amount of the first 6 months. You get that on your tax return for the January through June payments. You get that on your tax return for this year. However, due to an unspecified issue, the IRS said up to 15% of families who received the money in July by direct deposit will be getting a paper check this month. Kind of makes you wonder, how does this stuff even happen? Well, when you're dealing with sending out 65 million checks, unfortunately, sometimes stuff happens, right? Direct deposit makes the money available in a recipient's bank account within 1 to 3 days, while paper checks can take up to a week or more to arrive by mail. Parents can check how their payment is coming on the IRS website. That's the Child Tax Credit website. I'll put a link down below in the description of this video for you. If you're on a mobile phone, you might need to click the down arrow next to the title of this video to open up the description. Okay. The IRS has been encouraging people with no tax obligation. If you're a non-tax filer, you have to use that link in the description to tell the IRS that you're eligible for these payments. Remember, you don't need any earned income to be eligible for these payments. Remember, the Democrats changed that in the third stimulus check package. Also, for those waiting on your tax returns, your regular old tax returns, or even your IRS unemployment $10,200 refunds, although we did have a report here yesterday we went over that they do have a new round of $10,200 unemployment refunds. Those are going out now. Some people have them pending now for the 18th, I believe. But yeah, the IRS reports a backlog of 35 million unprocessed tax returns. Yeah. So it's safe to say that the IRS is just behind on pretty much everything. And there's a lot of reports going around that if you try to call the IRS, there's a 50-50 or more than 50% chance that you could wait on hold and not even get through at all. So yeah, just to let you know that ahead of time. The IRS agency recently reported a backlog of 35 million unprocessed returns for paper checks and direct deposits. Quote, when I was checking on the website, it did finally say, we've finally gotten your return. That means they've actually just even confirmed that they have it, but we're still working on it. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal is confident that they will pass the $3.5 trillion package, the next stimulus package, just as they passed the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package, the physical infrastructure package. So remember, the Senate is in the process of passing the next stimulus package. And remember, Representative Pramila Jayapal, she's the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus. She's the leader of the Progressive Caucus is around 100 Democrats in the House of Representatives. After it passes the Senate, it will go on to the House of Representatives. And Pramila Jayapal and the Progressive Caucus is actually they're kind of like the Bernie Sanders and the Elizabeth Warrens of the House of Representatives. They're the ones pushing for more stimulus checks, bigger stimulus checks, and more stimulus to be included in this package. In fact, the House of Representatives actually can amend the bill after the Senate passes it and include more stimulus at the last minute. We've actually seen the Senate do this in the past, but the House is actually pushing for more stimulus this time around. Pramila Jayapal and her other representative, Rashida Tlaib, are actually both from the Progressive Caucus. Pramila Jayapal is the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, which again is about half of the Democrats in the House. They all vote together. They have a clause that says they all vote together. There are around 100 Democrats in the House. Both Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal are the co-authors of the bill that is for a $2,000 one-time stimulus check and a $1,000 monthly recurring payment that goes for the duration of the pandemic, which at this point could go for a long time with over 100,000 daily cases. So yeah, $1,000 monthly recurring payments that would go until the duration of the pandemic. And then 1 year after the pandemic is declared over by the US government, whenever that would be. Because again, even when the pandemic is over, the economic recovery always takes longer. Remember, 2008, 2009, even without a virus, the economic recovery took 4 to 5 years. This actually kind of coincides with this article. Over 80 lawmakers in the House of Representatives now support a fourth stimulus check or direct payments to Americans. Almost all of these are from the Democratic Progressive Caucus, which is the Pramila Jayapal's group. And remember, they all vote together. So if this one particular group, which is 80 Democrats in the House, they all stick together and say, nope, we demand that there be a forced stimulus check in this next package, $1,400, $2,000, whatever they demand. Remember, like 99% of the Democrats in the House all need to say yes, and 100% of the Democrats in the Senate all need to say yes to pass this package. So if they demand it need to be in this next package, they have to add it in there. That is exactly how the second stimulus check was added into the second stimulus check package. Remember, they wrote the second stimulus check package bill and didn't even include the stimulus check in there. They were going to pass the second stimulus check package and not include a stimulus check. They were going to give $160 billion to states and cities. And Bernie Sanders, and at the time, Republican Senator Josh Hawley, kind of led the movement. They started the movement saying, no, there needs to be a stimulus check in there. And eventually they just took the money away from states and cities and gave it to us for a stimulus check. So if we get even just a few people, because remember, there's no senators that can vote no from the Democratic Party. So even if Bernie Sanders, one senator or two senators from the Senate, or a few, there's only like 3 Democrats from the House that can vote no. So if we get just a few Democrats from the House, or 80 of them, that say, nope, we demand there be a forced stimulus check in there, because literally there's over 100,000 positive cases per day, saying this is getting worse, guys. It's not getting better. We need to provide some additional relief for this next package. It's going to be $3.5 trillion. They were able to fit a stimulus check in the second stimulus check package, which was less than $1 trillion. They were able to fit a stimulus check and the child tax credits and rent assistance and SNAP assistance. And I'm trying to even think of what else was in the third stimulus check package. What else was in there? Internet assistance, SNAP assistance, rent assistance. I mean, we have people literally get over $15,000 in rent assistance, get their rent paid for an entire year. $1,400 stimulus checks for adults, $1,400 stimulus checks for children, $1,400 stimulus checks for adult dependents and college students that didn't even get stimulus checks last time around. So there was a lot in the third stimulus check package, and that was $1.9 trillion. This next stimulus package is going to be $3.5 trillion. Now, they might negotiate it down or up or a little bit. We got people like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, who are like, we're not sure if $3.5 trillion, that might be a little bit too high. But then we got other senators like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and other people from the House that actually want to spend more. So we got some Democrats saying we need to spend more, some Democrats saying that we need to spend less. So that's why they're going through this art of the negotiation right now. So we will see. But the kind of the good thing is that it is the largest stimulus package yet to date. But it's going to come out at $3.5 trillion, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. The largest stimulus package passed so far is actually former President Donald Trump's first stimulus check package at $2.3 trillion. President Biden's first stimulus package, the third stimulus check package, was $1.9 trillion, but it actually had the largest stimulus checks of $1,400 and the child tax credits in there of the $3,000 to $3,600 per year. So yeah, I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in our country, everything going on with this pandemic, which basically is what led to the stimulus checks and the stimulus packages to begin with, as well as what's going on in Washington, D.C. and everything you need to know about. So if you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. After subscribing, you can click the bell icon next to the subscribe button that appears after you subscribe and click it to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date with everything you need to know about. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this is my newest video about Social Security raises. There's 2 or 3 different potential Social Security raises coming out. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.